Hey everyone, welcome to the Nerd Room with J&J. My name is James Sharmack, and today we are doing another figure from the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Wave for 2020. We are looking at the Green Goblin figure. Really looking forward to talking about it. See what you guys think, see what I think. So let's get into it. Okay, so this is my first Green Goblin comic book figure for the collection, so I can't really tell you if this is a reprint or reboot or whatever. But we'll talk about him anyway. So I think it's a pretty cool looking figure. Obviously he has the scales from for the costume. His eyes look a little wonky, a little weird to me, but I love the creepy look he has. I love the hat, looking like it's blowing in the wind. It's a bright color scheme for him. Going with a cartoon instead of more like a comic book, but still pretty cool looking. Got pointy boots, that's nice. That's pretty cool. You gotta have a Green Goblin in your collection, obviously, if you're collecting Spider-Man. And the previous release, came out way before I got into Marvel Legends, so it's, secondary market prices, right? He comes with accessories, of course. He comes with a glider. I wish they had like some kind of a base to actually put a glider around so we can stand on it. But I have enough flight stands. We'll figure something out. Comes with a pumpkin bomb. Pretty cool. Obviously, to throw that. And he's falling down. Stand him back up really quick. And he comes with a Norman Osborn head. I've never gotten the idea of his hairstyle. Cornrows or whatever. But it is what it is, right? So yeah, pretty cool looking figure. Kind of looks like an amalgamation between the comic and the cartoon from the 90s. Bright color scheme though, a little bit bright, but it is what it is. But it is pretty accurate to the character. So let's talk about his articulation and talk about the packaging, and we'll do some posing and some comparing and see what it looks like with the villains and whatnot. So let's get on to it. Okay, let's see the articulation, of course, so let's get on to it. His head goes back that far. We're not going to pose him with a Norman head because you don't want to do that, because you use a Norman head for like a suit. His head goes forward that far. He's got like a shifting joint up there, so we can turn the head like that, turn the head all the way around. His arms go up just about so far. That's kind of disappointing, but it is what it is. Go all the way around, though. Bicep rotation, double joint at the elbow, wrist rotation back and forth. Can go back that far, can go forward that far. Rotation to waist. Laser apart that far. Oops, get my hand out of the way. Go forward and back that far. Rotation to thigh, double joint to knee. Calf rotation forward and back, and angle pivoting, so you can really do some posing on the glider. So let's talk about the box, the packaging. Then we'll put in some poses, talk some more about the figure, and see what I think of it. Alright, so we're getting onto the packaging now. So the packaging is that retro Spider-Man wave from the Toy Biz line and the cartoon itself. Green Goblin looks like they took a drawing from the cartoon, turn it around, you can switch its head. Obviously that's where they would show like an action feature where they would like press the button, he could throw a bomb or whatever. Anyways, the text says, one of the few who knows that Spider-Man is really Peter Parker, the Green Goblin is perhaps the web slinger's greatest foe. And if you're trying to get the other figures from the wave, this is what they look like. Back to the front. It's just a standard packaging, card back display, hang it on a wall or at a peg or whatever. So, yep, the old school packaging. So, sit for it, and let's get back on the review. Now, in posing the Green Goblin, you have to use the glider. It's like Captain America and his shield. You can't pose him without it, right? And, it's a little trial and error just because he doesn't have any pegs on the glider, and you have to, more or less put the legs in a position where it holds, but it looks pretty cool when you can actually do it, so try it. So Norman Osborn, Sinister Six, I see him more being the leader. You want to have, Kingpin, I'll talk about that in a minute. But you gotta have him be the leader, and he has 5 soldiers that are implemented toward the plan. So you have Hydro Man, Kraven, Electro, Mysterio, and Scorpion in my Green Goblin Sinister Six just because they seem to be more mercenaries, I guess, to a degree, and you tell them what to do, and they'll go and get Spider-Man for you. So, I ask you guys one question: what is your favorite Sinister Six? Who would you have in your Sinister Six? Let me know in the comments below. So if you know the character's history, he's had conflicts, he's had disagreements, he's had fights with Kingpin, he's had fight with Dr. Octopus, so clearly, the two, rarely see eye to eye on anything. So, of course, you might, put them in on a team once in a while, but usually something will happen and they'll come to blows or whatnot. So here I decided to have couple of villains, take Norman Osborn, and just because they, there you go for the highest price, and whoever is paying the most. So Kingpin usually is. So there you go. Okay, so you probably knew this was coming. I don't have the glider for the figure, but we have the Toy Biz Spider-Man movie Green Goblin here to take a look at, and obviously he's pretty much all green, right? I know in the movie they gave him a little, holographic, purple tinge, so if you look at the light the right way, this part would look purple and whatnot, but yeah, it doesn't really give you much to look at. It's just, they had to make it look somewhat realistic, I guess you could say, and, him, dressing up like a Green Goblin from the comics would look a little bit off, right? But, still, obviously the comic one gives you a lot more to look at, and, he's more interesting to look at. But, if you guys think differently, let me know in the comments below. So, my final thoughts on the figure. I dig it. I like the way it looks. It's going to be a fantastic fit in my Rogues Gallery for Spider-Man collection. I do wish that they had pegs on the glider, just because you have to bend the legs at a specific position so the glider locks in, so it looks like he's riding the glider. But otherwise, fantastic looking figure. If you don't have secondary market prices to get the original one, this is the one you want to grab. It's about $20, pretty much everywhere from the retro collection. And if you can get past, the bright colors and the, weird look on his face, I can do that. I can get past it, so I think it looks pretty cool. I'm glad I have it. I'm glad he's in the collection. Pretty cheap for me, and of course it was a must grab. Just because, I like having that Rogues Gallery of Spider-Man villains. For me anyways, it looks pretty cool. So, like I said, the flaws is, the only flaw is the fact you have to, work the legs to actually make the glider look like it's flying instead of just hanging off. But if you can do it, looks pretty cool. And, this is a figure you really shouldn't be posing without the glider. So, anyways, if you guys can, can find it, grab it, put it in your collections, whatever, Spider-Man Rogue collection, comic book collection, whatever. The world's your oyster. Anyways, once again, I want to thank you guys for watching the channel, watching this video. I really appreciate it. Just a small channel, of course. If you did like this video, hit that like button. I dig it a lot. I've gotten a couple of new subscribers in the last week. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. If you haven't done so, you like what I'm doing, hit that like button and that subscription button. I really dig it. I have one more, retro figure coming up. I might see about getting a couple more. We'll see how it goes. Have one more for the Deadpool wave from Marvel Legends. I got figures coming up. I have to get off my rear end and review them. Anyways, my name is James Sharmack. This has been a Nerd with J&J. So, until the next time, guys, keep on collecting and happy hunting.